So I'm a single father to my daughter Sarah, who recently started her sophomore year of high school. Sarah has autism, and though she's not especially learning disabled, she takes all mainstream or advanced classes. She does have trouble with regulating her emotions and navigating social situations. She's very independent and needs minimal accommodations, though thanks to the accommodations that she does need, I'm used to dealing with the school district's special education programs. So far, I've not been especially impressed. Another thing to note about Sarah is that she had trouble controlling her temper and is very protective of her personal property. So anyway, Sarah has this little fuzzy penguin plush that she calls Percy. She uses Percy as sensory toy because his fuzzy texture helps calm her down, plus Percy was bought for Sarah by my late wife / her late mother, so needless to say, Percy is very special to Sarah. In Sarah's math class, there's a boy named Milo who has special needs. Milo had an aide who works with him. This situation involves the aide, who I'll call Mr. A, the teacher of the class is Ms. T. The way Sarah tells it, on Friday, during her math class while she was working quietly and fidgeting with Percy, Mr. A came up to her and asked her to give Percy to Milo. Sarah said no, and Mr. A started trying to convince her to share Percy. Mr. A later said that he was asking nicely, but according to Sarah and her tablemate, he was being extremely condescending, talking to her like one would talk to a little kid. This culminated in Mr. A trying to take Percy out of Sarah's hands and Sarah slapping Mr. A's hand and yelled at him. At that point, Ms. T called for security, who arrived quickly and escorted Sarah to the security office. This is when the school called me. There was a big meeting with Mr. A, Ms. T, the vice principal, and the school counselor. Sarah and Mr. A both told their sides of the story, with Sarah's tablemate there as a third witness. It turns out that, because Sarah sometimes works with the special ed department, Mr. A assumed that Percy was one of the school's special ed toys that they give to special needs kids while they're at school. Milo was starting to have a meltdown, and Mr. A thought that Percy might help him calm down. Apparently, the procedure for getting something away from a special needs kid is to ask nicely, then persuade nicely, then to take it away gently. I asked what steps would be taken against Mr. A for trying to steal from Sarah, and the other adults looked appalled. They said that it was a misunderstanding, and that the real concern was Sarah's violent outburst. The vice principal said that the school normally expels kids who attack a teacher, but after the misunderstanding came to light, they were willing to be lenient and settled for a week suspension. I was not okay with this. He tried to steal from my daughter. But the administration said that it was not up for negotiation. I told them that what they were doing was unacceptable, but that I might not sue if they switched up their act and fired Mr. A. They basically said we dare you to sue in politer words, and I left with Sarah. After talking things over with a buddy of mine, he jokingly called me a Karen for threatening to sue the school, and now I'm thinking that maybe my reaction was too extreme. AITAH?